Level esports commentary with myself, TotalBiscuit. Kicking it off right here on the... Oh, it's the Xel'Naga Caverns, isn't it? Oh, God. It's not that I've got a problem with the Xel'Naga Caverns, it's just that I've seen the bloody thing so much. It was Dreamhack's fault, best of one, on the Xel'Naga Caverns, over and over and over again. You tend to get sick of it by that point. Ugh. Oh, well. Deal with it, .jpg. Now, these games are not exactly quick. QXC and Mana grinding each other into a fine paste and doing a good job of it on both sides. Huh, QXC looks like he's gone for a coffee. Look at Mana's APM. He clicks like nobody clicked before. Can he get to 400? Yes, he can! Yes, many clicks. The more you click, the more you win. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, what the hell is APM? It's actions per minute. What the hell is actions per minute? And why is he clicking so much in the game? I don't understand. Well, he's doing that to keep his fingers limber, folks. You don't want to not click at the start of the game, and then when it matters, you can't click fast enough because you end up seizing up like some kind of old age pensioner. That would be terrible. QXC with the barracks. Surprise. What else do we have? Well, we have a gateway coming up for Mao's Mana. No silly trickery going on early in the game. Here comes the scout. This is quite a long run, actually, across this. It's a fairly lengthy dash across this map to go and have a look and see what they can see. QXC not really bothering to wall up. There we go, early refinery as well. Early refinery, I would indicate to me, either he's going to go very quickly into factory for the same build that he went last time, which was the barracks into the factory, into the starport, or he's going to go for an early marauder push once again. We'll see whether or not that works out for him. It certainly didn't the first time he tried it, but you never know, he might get the build better. We'll find out very, very soon as to what he intends to do with that. Sorting out the orbital command center. That's generally about the time you want to do it, folks, on about 16 supply. And, yeah, oh god, yeah, there's something I forgot, wasn't there? Just gonna pause this for a second, because I know you guys actually want me to put on... Where is it? Where's the frickin' timer? Ha! Yes! There you go, folks. Given. Never say I don't give you anything. You have a timer, and I'm not afraid to use it. So, the reason I'm putting that on there is because some of the more advanced players like to look at build timings. And actually, if you're looking to learn, this is a great opportunity to do so. Analyze what these guys do when they build their specific things. Like you notice, QXC built his orbital command center on 16 supply. That's very, very standard. And that's the usual sort of time that you want to build it on. QXC now going for a factory. That's his play for the time being. We're going to look for a similar strategy to last time. Hey, it worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But will Mana be able to counteract it this time? That's a good question, and we'll see what happens. Zealot says, "Come back here, you bastard! Get off my lawn!" And the SCV refuses to comply because he's a rebel. He's very, very edgy, folks. He reads WikiLeaks and wears a beret. Can you imagine that? Not really. I mean, you'd be surprised. This is only his day outfit. You know, he's actually a very sophisticated individual. You say, oh, it's just a hillbilly with a beer hat and a cigarette inside an enclosed spacesuit, which is a terrible idea, by the way. Don't do that. That's really dumb. Oh, God. That's a good job there's no one else in there. You'd be dying of passive smoking before you know it. Tar in the lungs, folks. Very unhealthy habit. It's disgusting. It's filthy. What you might not know about the SCVs is the fact that they are actually very stylish individuals. After they get off work, they like to go to a coffee shop and they like to discuss politics and philosophy. You know, surprising, but never judge somebody by the first impression. Okay. Yes, straight into the starport. Identical build to last time, although not looking for a box-in as of yet. Looking for some early Banshee aggression. Mao's Mana straight into the robotics facility. Wow, the robotics facility. That's a new unit, it's a new building you can build in the expansion, the robotics facility, which allows you to build these Protoss Psy-Bats. Yes, indeed, these Psy-Bats. They are bats that instead of using echolocation, they use psychic abilities. And, of course, they like to steal berries. They're big into that. They go and eat them. It's kind of like fruit bats, but they don't call themselves fruit bats because they felt that it was an unwise branding decision. I don't really blame them, honestly. You try to be a PR manager for a fruit bat, especially among, say, a bunch of fruit farmers. It's not a very good thing to do, is it? It's unpleasant. It's not the kind of thing that you want to be doing as your day job. It's very difficult to convince them that these bats are nothing but a pest and just want to steal fruit. That's all they want to do. So if you just change your name to Cybat, suddenly you are no longer guilty of fruit larceny. It's wonderful. Rebranding is absolutely fantastic, folks. And it's used in politics and all sorts of great things in this particular real life, which is not as exciting as StarCraft, I'm afraid. Identical build coming up right here, which is why I'm not commenting on it. You've got the cloaking field coming up with the Banshee. However, we've already got one observer. Yes, we do. One observer coming out and a second one coming in. Oh, SCV, you hardly had a chance to shine. An aggressive force looking to scout around, and you know, that's probably the best thing you can do. Just keep moving, try and catch people before they get to the base. You don't want them scouting that Nexus. Did he manage to scout the Nexus? No, he did not. So that's going to be advantageous to Mana, although he's going to find it pretty damn soon if he sends over that Banshee. He's got one up in the air already, and we're looking to see what he's going to do with it. There you go, flanking around the side, and there's the spot. Is he going to harass it? No, if he's got any bloody sense, he won't. But what he will do is open fire on the sentries. No observer there just yet, but it will be there very, very quickly. Mouse Mana moving across his observer. There we go. There's the catch. He's going to be able to grab it with the Stalkers. No, he's not. QXC knows the speed available right there. In the meantime, his opponent having a little bit of a look around with that observer. Now, what do we have? Well, Tech Lab once again. It's pretty much an identical build to last time. He's going to back it up with some barracks, and he's going to build that Tech Lab, and he's going to get some siege tanks out. Looking to once again bring down some heavy firepower on the expansion of Mana. Thing is, Mana didn't build that quite as quick as last time, and he's got a more significant force, so hopefully he'll be able to break any kind of blockade that comes in. QXC looking for a flanking attack once again with the Banshee. He's got 2 Banshees up in the air and another to follow. More Banshees is required, but look at that. Mana with a very, I would say presumptuous, but more like a great prediction there as in terms of where that's moving. But did he spot it? Did he spot it? He's moved it right into the minimal light. See, you can see them. You can only just see the movement, but if you see that tiny little shimmer, then you'll know exactly what's coming. He also doesn't scout the Colossus. Yes, that's going to be unfortunate for him, and it could result in Mana able to beat back that build this time around. Mana's got a good force going up right here. He's able to repulse the Banshee significantly better than last time, so QXC a little bit on the back foot there. QXC bringing out a Raven. That'll be interesting, because the Raven can detect those observers, and then can attempt to shoot them down. Considering there are observers all over the bloody place right now, that's not a bad idea. QXC with his expansion as well. Economy-wise, Mana's actually ahead right now because he's got a fully functional expansion rolling right here. He's got 4 gas, which means that he's going to be able to pump out those Colossi at a good pace. There we go. I expect extended thermal lance after very, very soon, actually. Does he have the gas for it? No, but he will in a couple of seconds after he's got those units, and also jumping in a couple more gateways, 4 gateways, and Colossus available. It's a good, nice set of variety available there. And QXC massing his forces right here. Marines and siege tanks available for the push. However, he's playing much more defensively this time, and that could be his undoing. Mana can get very, very brutal when it comes to his aggression. There's no doubt about that. And he's looking to even push his way through here, take out some destructible rocks, maybe get a second expansion here with the high-yield minerals. Some delicious gold minerals. Everything that's gold is wonderful. Mana says, I love gold! And can you really blame him? Mana going out with not 1 but 2 observers. He likes to observe. Yes, his left eye and his right eye right there. Banshee's going to get caught out by this little force by the looks of it. Look at that. He's bringing a Raven along, but hey, he doesn't have anything to shoot those observers with, so that's not going to make too much of a difference. It will at least alert him to the presence of the observers, but that really is about it. Do they have the movement speed increase? It doesn't look like they do they? No, they don't have gravitic boosters, so they're not going to be moving too quickly. They just like to take their time, like to be a little bit chill about the whole affair. Extended thermal lance upgrade available in 30 seconds. How many Colossi does he have? He's got 1, and he's also going Twilight Council. Looking for maybe Stalkers with Blink, perhaps. Or maybe even going all the way through to High Templar with the Templar Archives. That's not a terrible idea, considering what he's up against. He's up against stationary siege tanks and Marines, all of which get wrecked by Psystorms. Yes. Now, as I recall, back in the Dreamhack tournament, he used an awful lot of Psystorms to great effect. So we'll see whether or not he decides to deploy that this time around. Could be to his benefit, folks. QXC's lack of aggression is proving to be a little bit worrisome for me, honestly. I think Mana is going to be able to build up a good critical mass of forces that can break that line, especially since he knows exactly what's going on there. QXC guns down a probe in cold blood. How very, very unpleasant of him. Mana says, no, we must catch him for the glory of the land. Ah, Zealot charge through to Templar Archives. No blink. Interesting. How many Zealots does he have? Well, he's got 7. So, against siege tanks and against marines, yeah, it's a good idea, no doubt about it. It will work. I was expecting blink, but hey, there you go. He's also got a ground weapon upgrade coming up right there, and a couple of photon cannons just for good measure. A little bit of extra defense, especially against harassment from those banshees. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There you go, Templar Archive Psystorm on the way. I love me some Psystorm, and Mana uses them like no other. Mana tries to drive away those forces and does a good job, but secondary and third waves coming in to back them up. There's QXC dropping down on the high-yield minerals, looking for some economic advantage over his opponent. 3 Banshees, 4 Siege Tanks, 23 Marines, and a single Raven available right here, and 11 Marauders. It's a significant force, but bear in mind that they are facing off against 3, yes indeed, 3 of those Colossi there. Sacrifice some Marine to do a little bit of scouting. Air forces in the air. Where else would it be? Couldn't be on the ground unless it's a Viking, in which case it is. Vikings, you know, they're kind of like bisexual air units. They can't really decide which way they wish to swing. And yeah, there you go. High Templar. Single High Templar available. 2 High Templar now available. Psystorm, very, very soon indeed. Harassment coming in from the Banshees. They're going to hop around. Where are the observers hiding, one might wonder? Well, you can't see them right now, but look at that. More gateways. Because, hey, you just can't have enough gateways, ladies and gentlemen. You got to stockpile those gateways. What happens if you get snowed in as a Protoss and you can't bring in any more gateways? Well, I have to wonder if being snowed in actually affects a Protoss, but there you go. That's a point defense drone. How very, very pretty. Now, why would you deploy that? Well, one reason to deploy it would be as a scout. Honestly, you can see your opponent coming without sacrificing any actual cash. Oh, nice. He manages to catch an observer there as well, so his opponent effectively blind. But there's the flanking attack from the side. Where else would it be? Well, it could be from the rear, but you never know. 4 High Templar backing up this force. This could be messy, and it could be very, very decisive, honestly. This is a good force. And look at that. He's coming in from the side right there, taking some firepower. Shields are up, and here comes the damage. Looking for the Psystorm. 1 Psystorm right there. Look at that. Look at the line collapsing in a matter of seconds. Another Psystorm at the rear. Oh, wow. It's good. It's good, and Mana manages to get away. Another Psystorm going through right there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mana with a much reduced force, but it's not going to be enough for QXC anyway. There you go, breaking his way through the siege tank line. 1 down, 2 down right there. Looking for some more Psystorms once he gets the energy for it. Those Colossi standing strong, looking for a flanking attack from the side. Oh, and an Archon coming in there for good measure as well. Losing a lot of Marauders, though. That Colossi so very, very low. Needs 1 more hit on it to bring it down. Is he going to get it? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. QXC using more units right here. Archon is just, oh, wow. It's like, hey, you know what? I can kill a turret. 5 kills for the Archon right now. It's good. It's a hero Archon. We're liking that. We're liking that an awful lot. Economy of QXC about to be devastated right there as the lasers come down on the SCVs who are ill-equipped to deal with fiery death. Look at that one. The command center's going to be brutalized right there, cancelled out of the build. And the orbital command center saying, you know what? I don't want to be anywhere near this. I wasn't built for this. It's not in my job description, damn it. Oh, more units are going to be coming in very, very soon, and QXC is in a bad way right now. Mana's a... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, the almost undefended, not entirely, but almost undefended natural expansion. Not a natural expansion. That's an unnatural expansion, folks. It's a paranormal expansion. There may be ghosts. And who you going to call? Well, the answer is stalkers. No, let's not do that. Mana, with a force of zealots, the likes of which the world has never seen. 11 zealots and 14 stalkers, and 4 colossi as well. Big damage inflicted on QXC's economy, and it shows. Oh, wow, does it show. Look at that. Yeah, look at it. It's just... Ugh. Yeah, folks... We can call this the Terran Recession. That's exactly what it is right now, and Miles Mana is going to be the hedge fund manager that takes full advantage of it. The shield's back up on that Colossi, admittedly, not that they can do an awful lot about the whole of it, but hey, scratches on the paintwork, it gives it character, folks. It gives it character. Ah, wow, this could be the hammer blow that deals massive, unfathomable death. Yeah, you gotta stand up to that. I wouldn't recommend that. You know, just leave. Just leave right now. Oh, in come the torpedoes there from the Vikings, bringing in their heavy shelling here on the Colossi. But here comes the anti-air fire, and the Vikings don't last more than a few seconds. Big deployment by QXC. Mana not going to be taking too much fire from that one. Sidestorm in the back as well. Big damage on the economy, annihilating that expansion. In comes the torpedoes from the side. Oh, the line is now finally collapsing under sheer weight of numbers from QXC, but still the Colossi reap unfathomable destruction on the lines of QXC. Wow, it's good stuff. 21 kills for that Colossi. Oh, yes, and he takes a refinery with it for good measure, and why not? Is that Archon still up? No, it's a different Archon. Never mind, I was going to say. It's like he has less kills than last time. Still doing fairly well, but look at that. He's trying to hem him in here with a wall of siege tanks. Will it be enough? I'm not entirely convinced, because more reinforcements are coming in from the side, and he could very easily flank that. It is a very limited line. He's trying to defend that expansion as he moves back in once again with another command center to try and get that economy pumping once again. But look at this. From the side, says Maus Mana, I bring your death. I am become death, Colossi of Worlds. Oh, indeed, War of the Worlds. Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't just get away from the similarities there. It's just so very, very obvious. Oh, yes. Maus Mana. What kind of pain will you inflict on him today, and will it be entertaining? It's looking like it will be. Stalker Blink coming in as well. That will be a good idea, especially against those siege tanks. Blink into the middle, do big damage. It's a simple formula that works very, very well. It's proven by science. A little bit of harassment by QXC is going to be punished by Maus Mana as he chases him down. Oh no, I've got stim. Well, I've got legs. Yes, I have zealot legs. I'm going to charge in, and I'm going to slice you into tiny little pieces. See? Oh, God. Oh, no, no, no. Absolutely not, says Maus Mana. I'm not having any of that drop nonsense from you. Thank you very much. More aggression. Maus Mana looking to once again. He's just 1-2 on his opponent, relentlessly pummeling him into submission in the most violent way possible, as only Protoss can. With precision, with lasers, with slicey side blades. It's how they like to roll, folks, and do you really blame them? That is a force for the ages. There are 6 High Templar in there, and they have a lot of energy. What does that mean, folks? That means that this little line right here is dead. There's no question about that if he decides to go for it. He even deploys a sensor tower, because he would absolutely love to know where his opponent is. He's like, well, you know what? I actually don't care if you know where I am, because you can't do anything about it, says Maus Mana. We're going to scan it, have a look around. Will it help? No. Wow, let's vary it up, says Maus Mana. Let's have a couple of Stargates in there as well. Why not? Why not? 2 more gateways, because, again, you just can't have too many gateways. Can I make... Jesus Christ, Mana! 10 gateways, ladies and gentlemen! Yes! It's the optimal strategy if you want to be going for that build, if you want to be truly pro. Big laser fire coming in for the Planetary Fortress there, on the Planetary Fortress, but you don't want to get too close to that thing. Heavily armored, big siege cannons that can deal terrible damage, folks. Well, sorry, if he's allowed to build 10 gateways, I'm allowed to say terrible 5 times. It's just the way of it. It's a simple and clean exchange. 13 Stalkers in the army of Maus Mana. His economy. Wow, his economy. Oh, dear. Mass-producing units like a bloody Taiwanese factory right here. It's good. It's very good for him. I just can't see how QXC can get out of this. QXC needs to do something decisive, and he's got 12 siege tanks to try and make that happen. The problem I got with those siege tanks is the amount of damage they're going to take from sustained Psystorm attacks, which is heavy, especially when they're deployed very close together. And, of course, the blinking Stalkers will be able to get into the middle of them, and shelling will come down in the middle of that particular area, and that will not be good for him. No. Not good. Unpleasant, one might say. Maus Mana looking for an opening. Carriers! Oh, you're so wonderful, Maus Mana. You're bringing me carriers. What a wonderful Christmas gift. I haven't seen those in ages. Yay, carriers. Actually, that's a great idea. It's a wonderful idea. Think about this for a second. Look what he's got. Wow, look at this. Yeah, a lot of siege tanks. What shall I do? Oh, I'll cover them in bees. Yeah, it sounds like a plan to me. A little bit of harassment there by the Stalkers, taking out a couple of those Vikings. Good idea if you're going to roll in the carriers. I have to wonder whether or not he knows. 4 Stargates! Yes! Yes, Mana, we love it! We love it! 4 Stargates right there. Pumping out many carriers, as you might imagine. Oh, this is getting awesome! It was awesome all the way through, but this is just getting even better. Another Nexus pumping out right here. Wow, the economy of Maus Mana, look at that. Wow. Putting in almost 1,000 gas. 1,000 gas. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You know what, QXC? What are you going to do to counteract this? Well, he's got an armory coming up, so he might be looking to get some Thors. Might work. Unlikely. I think he's about to get crushed in a horrible, horrible way. What do you reckon, folks? With those carriers in the air to back up that extensive ground force, what do you think he's gonna do? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Simple as that. The one Archon remains. Hanging around in the forces. He's like the mascot of these guys, isn't he? QXC looking for some aggression. He's going to be able to deal some good damage here. Mausman are building up cannons. Lots of cannons. They're all going to die, but it doesn't matter, because look what's coming round the side to meet him. Oh, hi, I have carriers. You have marauders. You're dead. You're so horribly dead. Oh, no. Oh, dear, dear, dear. QXC, what are you going to do to counteract that? Well, he does have some Vikings coming out and more on the way. But look at that. Protoss Air Weapons level 2 as well. That affects the bees. Yeah. I didn't know we were playing Brood War. Yeah, damn right. Covered in bees. Yes. QXC from nowhere. Oh, wow. Meeting Doom at the Demise. Doom at the Demise. What the hell is that? Demise of the Doom. Because it just needs to be said twice. Psystorm says no. Psystorm says absolutely not. You're going to be sliced into tiny little kibbles. And you're going to love every last minute of it. Oh, wow, look at how many interceptors are coming in right there. QXC trying to bring his cannons to bear, but it's not going to work because they're still in the air. Oh, wow. The initial force of gateway units was taken down, but so much damage inflicted. And more carriers. 4 more carriers on the way. QXC knows exactly what is coming for him, and can he counteract it? Not really. He's got 6 Vikings in the air, and honestly, it's gotten to the point where all he can really do is build a lot of missile turrets and hope for the best. And you know what? It's not going to work, because that is a lot of carriers and a lot of interceptors to back him up there. 4 more carriers on the way. He's already sitting on 4 of them as it is. He's still got those 6 High Templar available, so anything he tries to dump in the front line is going to die. It's such a great combo, folks. It's a great late game combo. It's good to see the technology out there finally being rolled into service. You know, it's budget cuts, folks. This is what I blame here. It's budget cuts for the Protoss that you never see carried. You know what? We could build them, but they're just so expensive. We can't really justify it. We have to invest in education and transport networks. We just can't afford to build these expensive war machines anymore. At least that's what the British Army is unfortunately having to suffer. We don't have any carriers anymore either. Thanks, guys! Yes, we're just going to decommission the Ark Royal. Oh, look at how much cash he's got. He just can't build anything else. He's sitting on a massive amount. You know what? You don't earn interest on that, Mana. We're going to need to see some more stuff from you. You have 8 carriers. Please inflict unfathomable destruction with these 8 carriers. If you don't do it, you're doing it wrong. Look at this. Look at this. Covered in bees. Covered in bees. Down you go. That didn't take too long, did it? Oh, wow. QXC... What are you gonna do? I think nothing. Honestly, I think QXC... will he give up right now? Well, he's probably going to give up once those Vikings go down. He has 16 Vikings in the air. Will there be enough? The initial salvo of siege cannons goes on. There's the Psystorm to eliminate the ground forces. Slicing his way through there. No problem at all. It's looking good. In come the Stim Marauders from the rear. And they eat more Psystorms. Huge amounts of shelling. Good game, he says. And QXC loses it to Mana. Oh, carriers. Yay. Enthusiasm for carriers. Big fan of that one. Nicely played there. Mana up 2-1 in this series presented to you by Steel Series and StarCraftSource.com. Can I get a drink yet? That sounds like a plan. Wow.